And we're about to be rolling.
We are on YouTube.
Excellent. Thanks, Harlequin. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Monday night team Zoom. My name is Ellen Winn. If you've not been here before, I'm your senior team leader. I've been with DAC since June of 2018, so just over 6 years. And every year, DAC keeps getting more and more exciting. Guys, we're in a really special place right now. We're moving into phase 2 of our growth. We've added some new services. We've got some new services on the horizon, talking about bringing on some licensed insurance programs. And I just can't express how important it is for each of you guys to be plugging in, following the system, and staying tuned in. In fact, tonight I'm going to go through our just launched 4 steps of getting started. So if you're brand new, we do these Zooms every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I've been doing these. Harlequin is on here as my co-host. I personally sponsored her about a year after I got started with DAC. She finally decided that DAC was going to be a good fit. When I first got started, she was doing something else with another company and timing wasn't right. But about a year later, she got started and she's been consistently on these Zooms with me for the past 3 years. She's got a large team growing inside of my organization. Many of you on here tonight are probably on Harlequin's team, but all of you, unless you're an outside visitor that just said, hey, Ellen, I want to join your Zooms. All of you are probably in my organization. So this is an opportunity for you guys to come in, get your questions answered, have a conversation face to face, so to speak, on camera here, and really address any challenges that you're having. But there's not a question about DAC that I can't answer, or if there is something and Harlequin can't answer it, I know exactly where to get the answer. Okay, so anything you want to talk about is open. I'll be opening up for questions after we go through some material that I have put together for us. So let me get us into screen share mode and want to go through the 4 steps of getting started. So we've been doing the business presentation. I've been presenting that every Tuesday at noon, giving you guys an opportunity to invite people to a live overview and also giving you some leverage on that. Because here's the deal, when you're working with someone that is actually presenting or doing a training or something, you've kind of got an edge on everybody else, because you can say, hey, I'm personally working with this lady that's doing the presentation. She's one of the top leaders in the company. And if you'll edify me in that manner when you're inviting people to come to our live biz op, then you've got a leg up on the other agents outside of my team. If you're not on my team, or if I'm not doing the presentation, if it's David, our CEO and founder, which is the best of the best, if you're inviting people to that, then you can say, look, the CEO and the founder is doing this presentation. He works really close with the field, and we have an opportunity this early on in the company to where he gets to know us by name if this is a good fit for you. And that's really where we are, because David knows all of his top leaders in the company. There'll be a time down the road in the future where there'll be millions and millions of reps, and he'll only know the very top income earners, because there will be so many people involved in the DAC opportunity. So being here this early in the opportunity, even though we're about to turn 9 years old next month, we're still just a baby as far as building the business and the long term that we have, the vision that DAC has, or David has for DAC. And I believe in that vision too, and that's why I'm still here. So I want to take you through the new 4 steps of getting started. So I'm going to start presenting this tomorrow at the end of the business opportunity overview. Instead of just saying thank you, I'm going to say, for those of you that are number 2 or number 3, if this feels like a good fit and you're wanting a little bit more information, or you're ready to get started with us, stick around. We're going to go through the 4 steps of getting started. Step 1 is get started. It's free, right? For you and anybody else that you want to invite to the DAC opportunity. Get back with the person that invited you to watch this presentation. They're going to send you their link. It's davidallencapital.com/partner/ your ID or user number. That's the way I'm going to present that. So any guests that you invite, I'm going to be pointing them back to you as the inviter to get started, right? And then the next step is once you get started, when you fill out that application, you want to make sure that you enter your email address correctly. Be careful that you don't have any typos in it, because as soon as you submit your application, you're going to receive a welcome email to the address that you use when you sign up. And that welcome email is going to have all the information that you need to know to get started. So you want to make sure that you read it and save it. Read it and save it. Go ahead and create a file that's your DAC file, and maybe flag those emails coming in from support so they go into that folder. But you want to read through that. You're going to have all the links for your business, all of your website links. It's going to have a link over to the Agent Resource Center where all of our training is housed. There are links to the back office where you're going to log in and be able to see what activities going on in your business. There's a link to the free marketing app, the DAC agency app, and links to the new getting started training, and again, all of your replicated websites. So really, your business is all wrapped up in that welcome letter with everything you need to know to get off to a great start. Okay. Step 2, after you get started, you've gone through the welcome letter, you want to make sure that you get trained. DAC has a proven system, and we've got that getting started training. It's very time sensitive, so you want to get started and go through that. It's only about a 30-minute training, and it's got great content in it. I've gone through it several times myself. So you want to go through that. And all of you on here tonight, if you have not seen that new getting started training, I'm going to point out exactly where to go to it and show you that, but you want to make sure that you watch it. You see, a little side note from the 4 steps of getting started here for the benefit of this training tonight. Where DAC is right now, you know, when I got started with DAC, we really had funding. That was our flagship program. It still is one of our flagships on the business side of the house, but that funding program was really our main bread and butter, and DAC was not really driving rank advancement as we are now. We didn't have the residual products to drive the ranks and to have people shooting for that next goal. Our goals were in the past where you go get funded and you'll get another funding client within 30 days to get yourself amped up, and get you another client within the next 30 days to get double amped, and another one within the next 30 days and be triple amped and stay engaged so that you could earn on a team. Well, now we're shifting our focus not away from funding, but shifting the way to make money in the DAC compensation plan is focusing on rank advancement and focusing on the basic beginning rank in the compensation plan is team trainer, and that's what's covered in this getting started. So if you've been here a while and you've not been through the getting started training, you need to do that for 2 reasons. One, so you understand the process that new agents are going through now, because if you're recruiting people and you're not on board with what the new system is and the new getting started training is, and you're not steering people down that path, you are going to fail, and you're going to set your new people up to fail. Okay, so we've all got to be on the same page as we're going through this movement towards teaching people how to rank advance, get to higher ranks where they can qualify to earn more money on their team. And it's also going to reward you, because you're going to see volume growth like crazy in your team organization. Okay, so get doing the getting started training. It is time sensitive. We've got a promotion. It affects every one of us. We have until the end of next month to get qualified to earn and qualify for that super trainer role. Okay, that super trainer is going to put you in a position where you can get qualified to earn on 8 levels. I'll cover that in just a second. We're going to go through the customer acquisition training, where you've got the features and the benefits of our services. And if you'll notice in the BizOp presentation that David does, the short one that's on our website, the ones that I'm doing, the 30-minute overview, we're making a point to point out why there's a need for the services that we're marketing. and we're giving the benefits to the end consumer in that presentation. So if you watch those presentations a few times, it'll really sink in with you what the benefits are and why there's such a need in the marketplace for those. You want to go through the comp plan training so that you understand the basic ways that you get paid, and that's going to be covered in the getting position. The recruiting training, multiplication versus addition. The beautiful part of this business is that instead of you going and getting another customer and another customer and another customer and adding to your income by you getting customers, is you being able to add and build a team. And through that team effort, your team is going to multiply your efforts, right? Where you can get paid on the efforts of 100 people or 150 or 200 or 1,000 people. The bigger your team grows, the more people that you can leverage your income off of. They're still getting paid the full benefits of the compensation plan, but because you're the team leader and you're getting this business started and inviting people to join your organization, you can earn just a little piece off of everything that happens in your team. And then you want to stay plugged in. We've got live Zooms every single day, Monday through Friday during the day, corporate at daczoom.com. And then Monday nights, I'm doing the team Zoom, right? It's a great opportunity for you to stay plugged in and stay on top of what's going on. And it's also a great motivator, right? If you're staying plugged in, your little light is going to shine and it's going to stay bright. If you don't stay plugged into what we're doing, you're going to lose sight of the vision and the excitement that you had when you first got started in DAC. So you want to stick and stay. Plan to be here a year from now, and 2 years from now, 3 years from now. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish over time. And then we're going to be having local, regional, and national events coming in the near future. All right, step 3 of getting started right is get yourself positioned, getting yourself to super trainer. And as I had to pause and think of what that title is, because this was just launched last week, and I'm trying to remember how we position this. We'll go from team trainer, which is our core building block or our foundation rank, to super trainer. What does that mean? Well, you're just going to get to team trainer and do the steps 1, 2, 3 of the getting started right. Doing that within your first full calendar month. So no matter what time you start, what time of the month you start, you've got until the end of the first full calendar month to achieve super trainer. When you achieve super trainer within that first full month, you're going to be 8th level qualified on the pay plan. And I'll give you an example here. Let's say that you start out in your team, you introduce 3 people and they introduce 3, and your team is growing in multipliers of 3 at a time, right? Each person is recruiting 3 individuals. Through your 7th level, which is where our compensation plan ends right now on our base 7-level pay, you would have 2,187 agents, okay? But imagine if you could get paid on that 8th level, if 2,187 agents each recruited 3, that means you would have an additional 6,500 agents on your 8th level. So that could be enormous additional pay for you. So you want to make sure you get yourself positioned, hit the super trainer rank by the end of next month, and that'll qualify you for that 25% match on level 8 of your income. And then once you're going through this, you're going to get going. And that simply is the most important piece of this puzzle. I know the day that I signed up to become an agent, I started with step number 4. Well, I did step number 1. I got signed up, I got started, and I got my welcome letter, so I knew what my link was. But then I jumped all the way to number 4 and started launching out loud before I even went through the training, because I saw the opportunity and I immediately reached out to a friend of mine who I thought might be a good fit. He's doing business services. I sent him an invite and I said, hey, I see your business page on Facebook, which he had just invited me to like. I went over and looked at the page and noticed he was doing B2B stuff, and DAC was just doing the funding at the time, right? So I saw his page, I looked around, I sent him a message back and I said, hey, I liked your page and looks like you're in the B2B services space. I just saw an opportunity with some business services that might be a good fit for what you're currently doing. Would you be interested in taking a look? And he said, sure, I'll check it out. Well, I immediately sent him my recruiting link, my partner link, and said, hey, it's only about a 20-minute presentation. Take a look at this and let me know what questions you have. I sent him the link, and in about 30 minutes, he was calling me. He liked what he saw and had some questions. So I got going, I got started, and I launched Out Loud. So how we have tools in place today to help you do that. And that's our free DAC agency app. Okay, I'm going to show you that in just a second. If you're not using the app already and you haven't downloaded, I'm going to give you the place to go so you can get that download and start using it to upload contacts from your phone, or you can enter them manually. You've got all sorts of video tools, images that you can post, but really it's a great contact manager, because once you add someone to the app and you send messages out, you can see their activity. You can see if they've gone through a video or not. That's number one, using that agency app. Even if you meet someone in person, step B here of getting going is canvas as a customer. What does that mean? Well, when you're out in your local neighborhood and you're going to the restaurants or grocery stores or to the gas station, wherever you're shopping and spending your money, canvas as a customer and introduce yourself and let them know that you now have a business services agency with a healthcare division. That's how I talk about what we do. If I'm talking about funding, I'll follow the scripts in the funding space. Or if I'm talking about healthcare, I just get the conversation started with, hey, what are you guys doing for healthcare? We teach you all of the different aspects of this in our weekly trainings, okay? But canvassing as a customer, follow your dollar and talk to those people about what we're doing. And then go local. You want to take a look at your city and cover all of your area, your local area, and just make that your territory. Go a 5-mile radius outside of your area there and make sure that every business owner in that community knows who you are and what you're doing. And then also launching on social media. And we've got great tools to do that. Okay. So in summary, you're going to get started. It's free. Get started. It's free. Get trained. Go through the system. Get yourself positioned to super trainer, and then get going. And actually, you're going to have to get going and launch Out Loud to get yourself positioned. But here's the app, and here's where you want to go. You want to go to the website, getmydacagency.app.com. Okay. And then you're going to see a page that has this green square with the G and the upward arrows. It's called Go Recruit app. When you go to the Play Store, you're going to download this to your smartphone. You also have a desktop version of it. So I use it in both, depending on whether I'm working at my computer, I go on the web version, or if I'm on my mobile phone, I've always got access to the app. We're doing communication. Today, we had a team trainer and above call with our CEO and founder, David Rutz, and David is sending those invites out only through the app. So you've got to have this app if you want to be able to communicate and get communication from our founder, okay? I look at it like this. When you're reaching out to people and inviting them to take a look at what we're doing opportunity-wise, or asking them some questions about our services, we're not really selling anything, okay? We're selling an opportunity for people to either help them save money, help a business owner get money that they can't get through their local bank, or we're giving them an opportunity to make money, okay? But the bottom line is your prospects may say no, it may not be a good fit for them, but they need to know what you're doing, and they need to know that our services exist, because anyone who sees value in the services that we're offering, we're going to help them save money. Now, I talked about getting plugged in, okay? Here's your calendar of weekly events. Monday, that leadership Zoom, again, it's for team trainers or above. The Monday night team Zoom that I do is at a separate link. Everything else corporately is at daczoom.com. Tomorrow, we've got healthcare and RX updates. I lead that call each week at 11:30. And then right after that at noon, I do that live business opportunity overview. On Wednesday, we've got a funding Zoom, 15 minutes with Wade over at our Bank Breezy team. Thursday, we've got payment processing, about 15-minute call, and then our Friday agent update with our CEO and founder, David Rutt. So those Zooms and opportunities to be face-to-face with what is happening in DAC will keep you plugged in and keep you motivated, okay? Now, the getting to super trainer. This is your starting strategy, the 1, 2, 3 repeat, getting yourself qualified as a qualified agent with 50 residual revenue. I'm going to go on and go through some slides that I've created and it all references this diagram, which is in your getting started, but I'm going to go through what I put together for you and give you a little bit better visual, okay? Getting to qualified agent. If you don't have customers already, this needs to be your first goal. You need to get to at least 50 in personal client revenue, or what we call PRR, personal residual revenue, okay? When you get to qualified agent, now you're eligible to earn on 3 levels deep in your team, okay? 25% match on 3 levels in your organization just for getting 50 in personal residual revenue. The way you want to get there, and the fastest way to get there, is through our flat fee RX program, healthcare, ID Protect, and payment processing. Those are all residual services, meaning that once you sign the customer up, you're going to see their volume show up month after month after month without having to go get new customers. So they're sticky customers. They'll be here for months and months to come. These services create residual revenue, except for the annual plans. If you sign someone up on an annual plan, it's only going to show up the month that they buy the plan, right? Because it's a 12-month annual plan. Then it'll show up 12 months again later if they renew that annual plan. But other than that, our monthly plans are going to show up every month, so they count towards your qualifications without having to go get new customers. In this example, using the RX, and it's an immediate show up, okay? An RX customer is worth 10 residual revenue dollars. So if you had 5 RX customers, that will give you the 50 in residual revenue, and that would make you a qualified agent. I've got several of you on the team here who have 4 already, and I see you need to go ahead and push it over the line, because we are 2 days away from the end of the month, which is Wednesday at midnight Pacific time is when the calendar is going to shut down and is going to calculate your totals for the month. So we want to make sure you're aware of end of month coming up and that you get those 50 personal residual revenue client numbers in before midnight on the 31st, okay? Again, monthly plans will create ongoing monthly revenue and as long as the account remains active. Okay, now, how do you get started with the RX program? Do you know anyone that's spending more than $20 on prescription drugs? That's a great opening question. One of the scripts in there is talking to someone and saying, hey, have you heard of the DAC Flat Fee RX program? Just as a conversation starter, right? Most people are going to say, no, what's that? And then you say, hey, well, we've kind of brought the Netflix model to prescription drugs, where people pay a flat fee and have access to unlimited prescriptions for free as a member, right? So do you know of anyone who's spending more than $20 a month on prescription drugs? They're going to either say yes or no, depending on the age bracket of who you're talking to. But most people know someone who is spending more than that. They may say, yeah, I am, or it may be my aunt or my uncle or mom or dad or my brother or someone that they work with. But somebody's going to answer yes to this. And then when they do, you ask for that referral, and then you're going to get them over to your website to do a drug lookup. All right. The second step of getting through this, after you've got your first 5 customers as a qualified agent, is getting yourself to team trainer. How do you do that? Well, you continue climbing up in personal customer points, personal residual revenue dollars. You're going to get to 100 in personal client revenue, and you need to have 3 teams of people. So you introduce 3 people and teach them to go through them. Read your welcome letter, follow what is trained in the welcome letter, make sure you understand it, and go through the getting started section of the Agent Resource Center, that getting started video, so that you understand the basics. And once you've got 3 legs started, those people are plugging in, they're learning all towards getting towards team trainer. So everybody's in the mode of getting 50 points, getting yourself to 100 points, and then eventually getting to 200, working towards the team trainer rank or super trainer within your first full calendar month. And you'll see growth and duplication within your organization, okay? Oh, by the way, when you get to team trainer, you're now getting paid on a 4th level in your team with that 25% match, okay? And that team trainer is going to be bringing in about 500 to 750 in revenue in your organization. So again, you're asking the same questions just to a few more people. Hey, do you know anyone who's spending more than $20 a month on prescription drugs? Keep asking that question, and you can add in some of the healthcare and payment processing or ID Protect or even funding. Funding shows up immediately, but funding is typically a one and done volume unless it's a really big funding where it can roll over and carry over the next month. But you want to look at these services and get the conversation started, because no income is generated at DAC unless we're gathering customers and bringing in business, right? Because nobody's paying startup fees. You're not getting paid to recruit people. We're all getting paid for bringing customers to the table. When you get yourself to 200 in personal residual revenue, that's the top of the line. That's going to make you the super trainer. If you do this within your first calendar month, now you're at 200. And what is that going to do? Well, 200 in personal revenue is going to make sure that you're qualified to earn the matching bonuses. When you first get started in DAC, your first 90 days, you get paid a 10% matching bonus on people that you enrolled who get funding clients and on their residual income on top of the 7-level pay, right? But after 90 days, if you don't have 200 points, you're not engaged, you no longer are qualified to earn that matching bonus on your personally enrolled agents, which is just an extra layer of income. So get yourself to 200 in personal residual revenue, and you'll always be qualified to earn that enroller matching bonus and matching residual, okay? So that's where you're going. The revenue charts to show the value of everything are in the compensation plan, pages 13 and 14. But look, I talked about this being a building block and how that duplication is going to grow your business. You get to super trainer and you're repeating that and teaching people because they're plugging into the system when they first get started. Everybody's reading the welcome email. Everybody's going over and watching the getting started training in the Agent Resource Center, and watch what happens. Your team starts duplicating. Everybody's shooting for the same goals. Your team duplicates, and it keeps duplicating, and you keep popping another super trainer and another super trainer and another super trainer. And before you know it, you have hundreds of people in your organization that are all shooting for super trainer. Are all of them going to do it? No. But the few that do will grow your business beyond imaginable levels. So this is where you grow a huge organization and where you can make massive income by leveraging through other people's efforts and the model that we call network marketing, where you have a lot of people that are doing a little bit of work, and it all adds up over time, and it pays the team a lot of money over time. So I'm going to open up and see what questions we have here and
Actually, Ellen, before you go to questions, he had to leave, but David was on here for the majority of your presentation, and he put a note in here. He said, "Well done, Ellen. What a blessing you are to many. I need to run to a call, but great job."
Okay, David Rutz, our founder. Awesome. I didn't know he had popped in there. Thank you. Appreciate that, Harlequin. Let me see. Let me get us off of screen share. There we are. All right, awesome. Okay, let's see. All right, one thing I wanted to do, I've got us off of screen share mode, and I want to go back in and log in here to my test account, a training account that I have. Here we go. I'm going to go back and go to screen share again. I'm going to take you in this login. Okay. I'm logging in. This is a test account, training account, and I want to go through what you need to be looking at as we're here at the end of the month, okay? Many of you, if you're new, this back office looks exactly like yours because you don't have any activity yet, right? But if your team is growing, you're going to see personal agents here on the dashboard. If you have customer submissions, you'll see those numbers up here. If you have a team, it'll show you your total number of agents in your team. And if you've earned commissions, it'll show you your commission details here. But what you're going to be looking at for end of month stuff is right down here on the bottom right of the dashboard. This month revenue, okay? This month personal bonus revenue, this month personal residual revenue. This line right here, if you have customers, personal customers, there'll be a number here. And notice that line highlights when I point and click. When you click on it, it takes you through to the monthly report. We're in 2024. It automatically defaults to 2024. We're here in July. So you can go over, and when you have customers, you can click on the PRR for the personal residual revenue, and that would actually open up and show you a list of customers and what that customer has. So that's the tracking system that you'll see in your back office when you start getting customers. If you have a team that is getting customers, same thing, you're going to be able to click through from that dashboard and you'll see this month group residual revenue. You can click on that. And when you click on group residual revenue, you've got a personal bonus revenue, group bonus revenue, personal residual revenue, and group residual revenue column. So if you have team activity, you can click on that group column for the month that you're looking for, and it'll show you by leg. What is a leg? Well, that's when you have a personally enrolled agent. It's going to show their name. So for example, Harlequin, who's on here as my co-host, Harlequin would have her name. I see all the volume for her team, and then I'll have to click on that volume for her to see every bit of the business that is in her organization. But I just wanted to show you that so that you're thinking of some awareness of what you're doing and tracking your business. I look at my dashboard every single day. I add new agents to my welcome email that have come into the team, but I'm tracking my daily numbers. I'm looking to see who's had growth, who is staying steady, or who hasn't had any activity whatsoever, and I'm tracking those numbers on a regular basis. Okay, so I'll get out of the stop share there.
Actually, I need you to go back to that for a minute.
What's that?
Can you go back to it for a minute?
Back to the dashboard?
Yes, please.
I can. Let me go back to screen share. Okay.
Okay. Just a couple of quick things. Just so you know, it's being worked on, but as of right now, your group residual revenue and your group bonus revenue includes your personal volume, but your personal volume does not count towards promoting to the next rank.
The group bonus revenue does not include your personal. It's just the residual.
Okay. So the group residual revenue is what it calculates your rank. So just
Correct.
be aware of that because we're getting it fixed so that it doesn't include yours, but as of right now it does. The other thing that I've had several people ask me about, people who have a team, they're where it says personal agents up there. Right now, this is for people who have been in the company since prior to March 31st of last year, and those people are up for renewal. If they're listed as inactive, if they have not renewed, they are not going to show up as a personal agent, but your total agents includes everybody, including those people who are listed as inactive. Because I had somebody ask me that. They're like, I recruited 3 people and it says 0. And then on total agents, it said 3 people. So that's something that I've been getting quite a bit lately from different people who are looking at their numbers.
Awesome.
So just thought that might help somebody.
And if you are in the business and you're not sure who you signed up with, when you go to my team, there's my enroller where you can click on that and it shows who your enroller is. This is a training site that I enrolled through myself a couple of years ago with permission to use for training calls. But that's where it will show your enroller's email and phone number so you know how to get in touch with the person that sponsored you. Okay. Anything else on this before we get out of the screen, Harlequin? I should ask you earlier.
That was it.
Okay, great. All right. Any questions or comments in the chat there before we wrap up? I'd like to be respectful of everybody's time. Any challenges anyone's having? You can use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen and do a hand raise if you have questions or concerns.
I don't see anything in the chat and I don't see any hands raised.
All right. Well, we'll wrap up then. I've got lots to do. I've got an early morning meeting at 7:30 with someone from my Chamber of Commerce, and then meetings, and then preparing for our Zooms tomorrow. I hope you guys can join us at 11:30 on our healthcare and RX Zoom, and then bring some guests out to our noon live BizOp. I'll make it interesting for them, 30-minute presentation, and then I'll do a quick version of the 4 steps to getting started. I wanted to go through that a little bit deeper with you guys tonight as a training tool for this week's Zoom. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Have a blessed evening, and we'll see you on the next Zoom. Take care, everybody. Have a blessed night. Thank you, Harlan.